Hi. This is Tea with the Druid, brought to you by the Order of Bards, Aviates and Druids. Thank you to Dean for that wonderful little trailer you made for the teas. That's great. Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here on this evening in the middle of March, moving towards the spring equinox in the Northern Hemisphere. And the equinox is on Saturday. And you would be really welcome at two events happening on Saturday at 7 p.m. The Order of Bards, Aviates and Druids is having an online ceremony. And if you go onto the OBOD Facebook page, or no, I think it's the Facebook page you have to look at, possibly the events page on our website, druidry.org, you'll see instructions, and it'll be live streamed on YouTube as well as Facebook. And then an hour later at 8 o'clock, I'm going to be guiding a equinox event for the Synthesis Institute. And you need to register for that. And I've put up in the comments on YouTube and on Facebook a URL for you to click on, and you can go and register for that. It's free, and it means it's on Zoom. So it's kind of different to YouTube and Facebook. You have more of a participatory sense because you can switch your camera on if you want to. And just adjust my hair. It's just going mad. It's illegal to get your hair cut now. What else? Yes, and you have access to a recording of it as well. So if you can't make it at 8 o'clock, you can see it. So today, let me switch off. I usually switch off my email, and I switch off WhatsApp, and I switch off Messenger. I switch off all these things so that I don't get distracted. There, good. This, you may not know it, but this month is World Sleep Month. The whole of March is dedicated to sleep, and the 19th of March, Friday, is World Sleep Day. So you might think, well, so what, and who cares? Well, the extraordinary fact is that before the pandemic, a third of adults reported sleeping difficulties, and more younger people were reporting sleeping difficulties as well. Now, I was at a workshop last week, and a fascinating workshop, doing some more sort of updating my training on working with sleep difficulties. And with the pandemic, apparently it's as much as 1 in every 2 adults in the UK, which is hard to believe, isn't it? But it was 1 in 3 before the pandemic, so that's undoubtedly shifted, and more people are disturbed by sleep. So let's begin by just it would be so interesting to tap in. If you're having problems with sleep, let's make it easy for you. If you just want to type something very small, type a Y if you are, type an N if you're not, and that'll give us an instant kind of straw poll. And to see, we've got Pamela from Kiora from New Zealand. That's great. Netherlands, Switzerland, Buckinghamshire, all over the place. Great. Naps for all. I need sleep. Yes, we all do. And as a naturopath, I'm chilled because you're eating all the right things and doing all the right things. Most definitely. NY. Yes. So there's the whole lot of people having difficulties, and I sleep like a bear, says Duncan Black. Great. Okay. So the sale of white noise machines is through the roof, apparently. Yes. So I thought let's talk about sleep, because from a druid and spiritual perspective, it's really interesting. We can talk about sleep in all sorts of ways, and I've been running a course in helping people with sleep difficulties for 2 or 3 years now, and I've done a good deal of reading around this and study of it, and we can look at it from the perspective of psychology, of neuroscience, but let's look at it from a spiritual perspective for a moment, and sense it as a liminal state, sleep as this state between waking and being out for the count and dreaming. And it's in this realm that those of us who are into spiritual work and into Druidry are so familiar with. We go into the sacred grove, we go into meditation, and we enter this almost like a semi-sleep state. And many of us will nod off in a meditation because that's where it takes us. But it's a realm where the bonds of the rational mind are loosened, and where we have the possibility to do all sorts of interesting spiritual work. And so what I thought we would do today in our meditation is we'd explore just one technique that's in the sleep course that I do that you might find helpful. Terry is saying that they go to sleep listening to rain and storm music. Our daughter Charlie likes rain music. She has recordings of rain that she listens to. Other people find recordings of rain make them want to go to the loo. So Eva is saying that when the corona chaos started, panic tried to get over. So if you think about it, the three big areas of distress from the point of view of mental health are anxiety, depression, and insomnia, and they can sometimes all combine together into one experience. And let me introduce you to this technique. It's a body scan, which you'll all be familiar with, but the difference with this is, and I'll guide you through it, it flips you around different sides of the body. And there's something about moving you from one side of the body to the other and back again that can have a very soporific effect. And so the way you can use this is that if you're lying in bed at night, I mean, insomnia usually will occur either when you have difficulty going to sleep in the evening, or when you wake up after a number of hours sleep and then find it difficult to go back to sleep. So you wake up in the middle of the night and you find it really hard to go back to sleep. Or you can, of course, suffer from both of those issues. And there's lots of interesting comments coming in, but I'm not going to get distracted. I'm going to read them after the session. So these you can use this technique either if you wake up in the night and you can't get back to sleep, or if you want to go to sleep first thing. And what you do is you move your awareness. I'll tell you what we're going to do, and then we'll do it in the sacred grove, because of course you can do that when you're lying in bed. You can go to a special magical place and do it. I'm going to invite you to run your awareness from the sole of your right foot all the way up to your hip. And then you'll flip to the other side and run your awareness from the sole of the left foot all the way up to your hip. Then you'll flip over to your right hand and run your awareness down your right hand up to your shoulder, and then flip again and go across all the way up your left arm. And then when you've done that, we'll go down the body, down to the end. And when you're lying in bed and doing this, if you haven't gone to sleep, just start again. You'll be drowsy, you'll be drifting, you'll be in this liminal state. Just go down to the right leg, work your way up the right leg, and just keep doing it. Just do it as long as you like. And even if it doesn't send you to sleep, it'll be doing you good. It'll be training your consciousness. It'll be leading you into a altered state of consciousness. So let's try it. Let's try it. And the purpose of this exercise is just to show you how relaxing it is, but without sending you completely to sleep. I mean, you're welcome to go to sleep, of course, but I'm assuming that you will want to kind of brush your teeth and do things like that and get into bed. So I won't, the idea is not for you to go to sleep completely, but just to sense the soporific effect, just to get a taste for it. So I'll do it quite quickly as a result. So, and then we'll come back and we'll just talk a little bit about it. So just become aware now, if you will, if you want to do this, that you're become aware of being seated in front of your computer, your tablet, or your phone, fully present in the here and now. And you might like to close your eyes to better concentrate on yourself. And then just become aware of moving towards a clearing in the forest, the sacred grove beloved of the Druids. And you sense the way you're moving through the trees and then coming into the clearing. And the weather is just perfect, and it's just the right time of day. Not too bright, not too dark, just really soothing and settling. You come into the clearing and you find your spot in the sacred grove. You find the spot that feels just right. And you sit down, or you even lie down if you want to. And you become aware of the ground beneath you. And you feel the way the ground is supporting and sustaining you. You feel the energy of the earth flowing up through your body, through your being, bringing you a sense of stability and strength and vitality. And you breathe in deeply, you hold, and then you breathe out fully and deeply, fully relaxing into the experience. Sensing the presence of the trees around you now. These beautiful trees, living beings, brothers and sisters, who are supporting you and supporting all of life. You feel the way they're rooted in the soil, their trunks soaring up into the air, and then their branches reaching up into the sky. And you open your eyes and you see the branches in the sky, and you see the leaves just gently moving in the breeze. And then you sense the sky above you. And you breathe in the energy of the sky. And the energy of the sky brings vitality to you, meeting the energy of the earth within the center of your being. And you move your awareness now to your left, to your left foot. It can be either foot, so let's start with the left. Move your awareness to your left foot. You sense the left sole of your foot, and your awareness moves up, top of your foot, the ankle, shin and calf, knee, and thigh, up to your hip. And you become aware of your left leg. Sense the weight of it now, the form of it, from the sole of your foot up to your hip. And you move your awareness now to the right sole, the right foot, the sole of your foot. And you move your awareness up the top of the foot, the ankle, the shin and calf, knee, thigh, your right thigh, up to the hip. Awareness of the whole of the right leg. You sense its weight and its form. And you move your awareness to your left palm. You feel your left palm and fingers, wrist, lower arm and elbow, upper arm up to the shoulder. And you sense the whole of your left arm now. You sense the weight of the left arm and the form of the left arm. You move your awareness to the right palm now. You sense the right palm and fingers, moving your awareness to the wrist, the lower arm and elbow, the upper arm up to the shoulder. You sense the whole of the right arm now. You sense its weight and its form. And you move your awareness to the top of the head, moving down now the brow, the forehead, the brow, the temples, the eyes and all the muscles around the eyes, your cheeks, your ears, your mouth and chin, your neck and throat, your chest and upper back, moving your awareness down to your stomach, your middle back, lower back, down to the pelvic basin and the base of your spine. Aware of your whole torso now, and now your whole body feeling completely relaxed. Take in a slow, deep breath. Sense your body energized by the earth, the sky, and the trees around you. Sense your body completely relaxed, filled with health and vitality. And as you do that, you give thanks to the earth beneath you, the trees around you, and the sky above you. And you let your awareness of the sacred grove begin to fade as you become aware of being seated here and now, fully present here and now, in front of your computer or your tablet or your phone. So if you'd like to open your eyes and just type in how you're feeling, just as a way of being present and connecting with us. And you can see I did that. You fell asleep. Shelby fell asleep. It was terribly quick. I was aware that I didn't want to be responsible for people crashing their heads down onto computer screens, and but Loxley's saying that they're refreshed, and yeah. So you can see this is just one technique. I didn't understand how debilitating sleep problems were until I experienced them myself. And I suppose it's like anything, people can tell you something's rough, but it's only when you go through it then you realize how rough it is. So a while back, I went through a period of having some sleep difficulties, and then I read that a third of adults experience sleep difficulty, and that struck me as quite extraordinary. And in my work as a psychotherapist, I'm also aware of how it's so important, I think, for a psychotherapist to be aware of sleep difficulties and aware of how one can address them and work with them to improve a client's sleeping patterns. And so I started to study this. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to combine a psychological understanding and the science of sleep understanding with a spiritual approach too. And I think coming from those two places, those two perspectives, putting them together and seeing how they can help us. And two particular techniques I think are incredibly helpful. And one is Yoga Nidra, which comes out of the spiritual tradition, if you like. And the other is sophrology, which is a system that combines spiritual influences like like yoga and Buddhism, with neuroscience. And so I developed a course that combines sophrology and yoga nidra and various other techniques together with an understanding of what's known rather strangely, I think, as sleep hygiene, good sleep habits. I think you would. And so I've decided, just for the month of March, World Sleep Month, to create. I've never created one of these little coupons before in the online school that I run. So I thought I'd experiment with creating a coupon. And I've done that. And the coupon number, the code is 03-2021, March 2021, which is World Sleep Month. If you type that in, you can get 50% off. So it comes down to about £30, something like that. So I'm sorry, Jill, if you're feeling slightly disorientated, but Luna says that her bed is calling. So I hope you've had a good time. And I hope to see you on Saturday evening, if you can manage it, at our spring equinox celebration for the Synthesis Institute. There'll be music, meditation, some simple movement as well, and it'll be good to be with you. And also at the order ceremony at 7 o'clock. So 7 o'clock, the order ceremony, 8 o'clock, the synthesis ceremony. I think the links are up there for both to register for the equinox and also to give you the code again and the URL for the sleep clinic, which is just thesleepclinic.org.uk. So I'm going to read your comments now. Make myself a cup of tea before I fall asleep, and I'll just leave you with one final tip that I can't resist leaving you with, which is to know that you're all probably very familiar with the pattern of sleep, that we sleep in roughly 90-minute cycles through the night. And that's where we have the deep sleep, which is for physiological repair, and the REM sleep, the rapid eye movement sleep, for emotional repair, if you like, psychological health. But what you may not know is that those 90-minute cycles continue all the time through our lives. So they continue through the day. And you can track them if you keep a yawn diary. If you just keep a diary and jot down the time when you yawn, and that may well give you the clue to it. But of course, we're all very familiar with when we dip. You know, you go down and you can feel yourself dropping down. And the dip takes about 45 minutes. And then it goes up again for 45 minutes. And then it goes down again for 45 minutes. So if you're one of those people that falls asleep watching the television in the evening and then gets up, staggers upstairs to bed, brushes your teeth, gets into bed, and then you find you're wide awake, it's because you fell asleep at the bottom of your 90-minute rhythm, and you woke, you then started to come out of it, and you went upstairs to bed, and when you're lying in bed, you're at the top, so you're wide awake. So you have to wait another 45 minutes. So just wait 45 minutes if you find yourself in that. So if it's 10 o'clock at night, just wait and go to bed at 10:45. That's a really useful tip to know. So anyway, lots of love. Have a wonderful week. Have a great week. And I will, if I don't see you on Saturday, I'll see you the following Monday. Okay, bye.